I want to go back home.
To Celina?
Yeah.
Scared me. I thought you meant Keller.
But the sound, the music, you're going to forget about the noise.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Rick and my fiance Rose here, leaving Rose's sister's house in Argyle, going back to Celina, courtesy of Tesla's FSD version 13.2.8. It's a great barbecue at Heart 8 in Roanoke. On 377 headed north, otherwise known as Denton Freeway, or Denton Highway, or Main Street, depending on what town you're in, or what part of which town you might be in. Looks like it's taking us up here to 35, all the way back down to Louisville, then back north. I don't want to go that way. I don't want to get a strike either. I'm so sorry you have that stuff. It just makes you crazy. 3 times a day, they'll say something to make you crazy.
He's back. Oh, Energy Joe. Anyway, Sleepy Joe. At one point, Joe actually referred to African Americans, well, using this term. Take a look.
And I'd never seen hardly any black people in Scranton at the time and I was only going in 4th grade. And I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by.
All right, the Democratic Party's not in a good place. That's the same guy, by the way, that partnered with the former Klansmen for the very purpose of stopping the integration of public schools and busing. Kamala Harris even one time called them out on it, but for some reason, they're totally opposed to any new leadership. For example, a recent poll showing our friend Stephen A. Smith will join us in a second with little chance of winning a Democratic primary in 2028. I am far more suspicious of this poll than probably most people, but the message I will tell you is clear. If you don't toe that radical left-wing, hardcore line Democrats, in the end, they will try to utterly destroy anybody if they jump into this race. They will be the people that decide who the candidates are going to be. And Stephen A. Smith, over the weekend, said that he has no choice but to have to leave open the door and consider a possible run. Take a look.
Elizabeth Warren was just on with you. You're going to have a multitude of Democratic representatives on with you. They talk and they talk and they talk, but what can they do? They positioned themselves to do absolutely nothing. They talked about everything from woke culture to cancer culture to abortion rights and all of this other stuff, but that wasn't going to win the election. And that's what we have to look at. What is it going to take to get the job done? That's why somebody who's a sports analyst, for crying out loud, is in the daggone polls.
Are you really thinking about running for president? Is this something you think?
Listen, I have no choice because I've had elected officials, and I'm not going to give their names, elected officials coming up to me. I've had folks who are pundits come up to me. I've had folks that got a lot of money, billionaires and others, that have talked to me about exploratory committees and things of that nature. I'm not a politician. I've never had a desire to be a politician.
Here with more ESPN host, our good old friend Stephen A. Smith. What do you mean you have no choice? You have a choice. You don't have to get involved in politics. You can be a commentator. You can get into the political arena. You can give your opinions. You can try to impact policy. You don't have to run for president to do that. So you have a choice. Why do you say you have no choice?
I didn't make an announcement. Because I didn't make an announcement that I'm running. I made an announcement that
I have no choice but to do
Excuse me, don't answer a question and interrupt me before I even get a chance to answer your question. To answer your question, to answer your question directly. To answer your question directly. Yeah, sure, I got a choice. But at the end of the day, here's what it comes down to, Sean. You're absolutely right. I am a pundit. I am a commentator. I am a journalist by trade and what have you. These are the things that I care about, and I care about having a voice, and I care about making an impact and making a difference, especially when it comes to what's in the best interest of the United States of America. There's no question about that. The other side to it, however, is that I've had folks coming up to me, like I said, elected officials and others, including my own pastor, A.R. Bernard from the Christian Cultural Center here in Brooklyn, New York, who looked at me and said, hey, show respect to people who believe in you and respect you and believe that you could do good for this country by at least leaving the door open. You never know what God has planned for you. That's years down the road.
I've been told to
stop saying no. And that's all I said. That's all.
So I watched this poll come out, and I did give you some of my thoughts on it. I have more to share with you.
Yeah.
I don't believe that poll. That's my gut instinct. I think
Neither
there's
do I.
probably, I think I would say, you know, the first poll that came out had you at 7%. Maybe you're at 5, 6, 7%. Do I think that the party that is now led by AOC and Bernie Sanders and Jasmine Crockett and the radical left would ever accept you or want your input or go along with your... That's my point.
I believe, I don't believe, do I believe that people would have a conversation with me and get my perspective on things? Sure. Do I believe they would ever really, really support me? Meaning those that have been entrenched within the Democratic Party now and for the last several years? Absolutely, positively not. I saw the poll. Listen, I'm not an expert in this, but I've been following politics for a very, very long time. We understand what comes with the process, particularly if you're a Democratic nominee. The super delegates got to approve for you. You got to get a whole bunch of support from all over the place for you to even be the nominee, and you know people are going to stand in your way. Look at what happened. I mean, you can look at Andrew Cuomo, you can look at Al Franken, you can look at a lot of different things, and at least on the left, what they say is that they
just a little. No, that's too much. You cannot
so
hear.
They don't know me. Chances are they don't like me. You got people that's craving to go on the... I'm sorry, go ahead.
In the third term of Andrew Cuomo, who took out Andrew Cuomo? Do you think it was the Republicans in New York? Or do you think it was the Democrats? Maybe he was a threat to them because they thought he had political aspirations.
Well, they thought that he was in line to fight for the presidency, fight for the Democratic nomination, and at least on the left, that's even those folks is speculate about it. But in the end, here's what it comes down to. Poll comes out about 2 months ago or so. I'm at around 7.5% or whatever. Ever since then, I've been in the news ad nauseum every single damn day, and suddenly I'm at 1%. I don't believe that for 1 second. That's not how this works. No, but what I'm saying to you is this: at the end,
gasoline on the fire.
Listen, I'm not putting gasoline on anything. I'm just not running. And what I mean by that is that I have a voice. I care about the issues. I'm going to attack them. I'm going to address the issues that need to be addressed, no matter how I feel on either side of the aisle. I'm an independent. I'm going to say what I feel. I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm not going to run from anybody. So it doesn't even matter running from office. I'm not going to run from them.
You're not talking about being an independent. You're talking about trying to change your party. Your party's a Democratic Party, and you're trying to, have it both ways. You want to either you're an independent or you're a Democrat.
Well, you say, well, that's what y'all say. That's what people like you say. That's what your politicians say. There's a whole bunch of American citizens out there that don't want anything to do with the fringes. That whether you're center left or center right, they want common sense, man. They want to listen to people that have common sense.
Do you align?
I'm telling you who I am.
The Democratic Party or the Republican Party, or are you more independent?
I'm more independent, but the reality is, what's the chances of an independent winning a general election?
Crazy.
Slim to none. Is that not true?
This guy talks so fast.
Yeah, he's a sportscaster. He's on TV every day as a sportscaster, but he's very popular. He's a popular black man, so people think he might be good to run. But I mean, he realizes the Democratic Party is completely falling apart.
Do you want to be part of a party that systemically lied about Joe Biden's cognitive health? That lied about the economy? Do you want to be part of a party?
Here we go.
Do you want to be part of a party that cares more about the rights of men to play women's sports, the rights of illegals, over the safety of Americans? I have Rachel Morin's mother on this program tonight. Do you want to be part of a party that thinks it's a constitutional crisis if, in fact, you eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse? Is that what you believe? Because I don't think you do.
No, I do not, okay? And I spoke adamantly against some of those things that you articulated on my own show and on this show, along with various other shows. But let me tell you what I do want to be a part of. I want to be a part of a party and a part of an American society that looks at those actions that you just chronicled and says, that has no business in the United States of America. We can do better. Let's exercise common sense and decency. Let's understand that even when we look at the right, every damn thing ain't wrong about what Trump do. You might have a problem with how he's going about with the tariffs, but his position about the tariffs isn't totally wrong. Guess what? The border is better since he's been in office, because we no longer have open borders, but we can still look at him and say, you know what? With Obrego, the bottom line is this: immigration, a judge ruled for protection for the kid, and the Supreme Court voted 9-0 in order for him to be here. Go back and get it from El Salvador. We can agree on some things, we can disagree on some things, but in the end, it's about a core decency that we are devoid of right now in our politics. I hope somebody from the Democratic Party steps up. I hope I light a fire under them and get a more qualified individual in this mix so people can stop asking me this stuff and I can enjoy my life. But if it continues to get worse, all hands on deck. All of us should consider running, crying out loud, rather than dealing with this nonsense.
I get it. All right, let me ask you this. Do you believe in the environmental policies, climate alarmism, Green New Deal policies? Do you agree with the DEI agenda of the Democratic Party? Do you support woke in America, transgenderism? Do you think one tax dollar should ever go?
It's not as finite as you try to make it.
One tax dollar ever go into any of those programs, especially abroad? Why are we giving a penny to Harvard University when they have a $50 billion endowment? Help me with that.
I don't know the answer to that question. But what if I find out that there's a pretty decent answer for that question? I don't know the answer to that question when you bring up Harvard. You would think with an endowment like that they wouldn't do it. But why has this federal government spent years giving it? Maybe it's because they make a contribution to the American fabric that you're not articulating on this particular show. We don't know the answer to that question. And just like you ask questions about the left, I can ask questions about the right too. Let's just be fair about it. Everything. We don't have to agree on everything.
Why are we paying for an Ivy League elitist institution when maybe we could be shoring up community colleges, trade schools, so we could be helping the children of the hardworking men and women that don't have an opportunity to ever think about an elite private school like that? I'll give you the last word.
Okay, that's a fair question, and let's hope Trump, the president of the United States, has a big time answer for that. I get that part. I understand what you're saying. As a common American citizen, you look at your frustration. Excuse me, he's cutting them off. But why? But why? The intent matters. How you go about doing things matter. All of those things come into consideration. I understand that.
We can't be paying these Ivy school brats tuition. If they want to go to an Ivy League school, get the money yourself, get it from mommy or daddy, or go to work, save up, and then go pay for it yourself. How's that?
And when did you come to this conclusion? When did you start saying this? Were you saying this before when Obama was in office? Because I'd love for you to interview him and ask him that question. I'm asking. I'm not accusing you of not saying it. I'm asking.
What question?
Ask Obama. Ask a Harvard student. Ask Barack Obama that question. He spoke adamantly.
I didn't get it. I took out a student loan. I paid back every single penny of it. I paid for all my college myself. Check.
So did I. You ain't the only one that did that. You're not the only one that did it. I did that as well. But here's if that particular student from Harvard has an ability to make a major contribution to our society, we got to entertain that. Scholarships are given out all the time by everybody.
As you evolve politically, you are going to find agreement with things that I believe in and the values that I believe in, than the values of this party that you feel compelled and have no other choice to align yourself with, because you do have a choice.
Let me tell you something.
And
I'm about free market capitalism. I'm about national security. I'm about controlling our borders. I'm about all of those things. But here's the problem. The minute Sean Hannity says you're going to find yourself agreeing with me, that's when you lose me. That's the last thing I want to do. So keep that in mind the next time you say that, okay? But when you bring you up, you do. Why would I want to agree with you?
I'm not going to be a part of Sean Hannity. And I say, and I defend you. Everyone that interviews me, they want to know why you friends with Stephen A. Smith, and I go to bat for you, and I spend hours defending you.
Do you have any idea what I experience in the black community because I'm friends with you? Don't even get me started. You got to be crazy sitting up here with your pity party with that nonsense. Stop it.
Sean Hannity's been fighting for law and order. Sean Hannity's been fighting for secure borders. Sean Hannity, has been fighting.
Sean Hannity is rigid. Sean Hannity does not compromise. Sean Hannity listens to one side and not the other side. That's the problem with Sean Hannity.
Especially in blue states and cities that have been decimated by liberal Democrats for decades. But we could go on all night. But I'm
in no position to argue right there. I can't. I know. So do I.
That's it.
I got it.
All right, appreciate it. Stephen A., we still like you. Love isn't the hard word to get out right now. All right, when we come back, a serious issue. An illegal immigrant just found guilty of brutally raping and murdering Rachel Morin, mother of 5. Rachel's mother, Patty, will join us for her first exclusive interview after that verdict. That's next, straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Carney Wilson from Wilson Phillips. 35 years ago, in the spring of 1990, we released our debut self-titled album. And all this week, I'm here on Mom Jeans, reminiscing about the songs from that record and the music and pop culture from the late 80s and early 90s.
Mom Jeans, now for a limited time on Channel 105 on most radios, and always available year-round on the SiriusXM app.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-522-7075. 800-522-7075. 800-522-7075. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-347-1173. That's 800-347-1173.
Profiting from the financial markets has never been easier. TrueTrade introduces the world's first one-click AI-assisted trading platform. No trading experience? No problem. Just purchase their platform, connect your trading account, download their mobile app, and turn it on. It's that simple. No need to worry about what or when to trade. With just one click, their AI software handles everything for you. No learning, no experience, no headaches. Up or down, bull or bear, TrueTrade's AI software identifies high-potential trades with pinpoint accuracy. Whether you're trading a single account or managing an entire portfolio, TrueTrade software runs on autopilot with its AI risk management protecting your downside. Don't have the funds to trade with? No problem. TrueTrade offers an unprecedented money-back guarantee on their software, plus a guarantee of at least $300,000 in tradable funds. You keep the profits. Join thousands worldwide who are already profiting from their AI-driven trading technology. Are you ready to step up your cash flow? Head over to TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. See terms and conditions.
Hi, this is Mike Huckabee. President Trump said he wants to.
This is guys talk so fast.
Go to Tractor Supply and see if they have anything you like. You know Tractor Supply?
Yes.
Yes, you want to go?
Yes. Maybe have my trimmer. You don't want to buy on the internet. It's closed, baby.
I see open.
It's
Open till 9, I think.
nothing you can do is inside.
We're trapped, baby.
Maybe it's not good to go to Mississippi with the car like that. Really?
Really?
No, it's worse.
Stopped at Tractor Supply and tried to find some silicone spray to keep my steering wheel housing from rubbing. Did it about 3 months ago and it was in pretty good shape, and it just started again a couple of days ago. What you eating?
Potato.
I don't want any potato, especially in my car, babe. What kind of potato? Where'd that come from?
My house. It's not potato, it's avocado.
Avocado shake. How's it still frozen? You don't know?
No.
We left your house 3 hours ago.
It's exactly like what they like.
That's what's
It's not
important.
melting, it's not hard.
Home in 15 miles, 22 minutes. One of the thoughts I had today, and I sent Todd a text message to get him to help me think this out in our brains. Getting another CyberTruck, getting this is the triple motor. This is the most expensive with the triple motor. The one below it has 2 motors. It's not quite as fast as this, but it's still crazy fast. It's like the one that we did a test drive in, but it's $20,000 cheaper than this one. But everything else is, well, it's not the same, because I like this, they call it Alcantara, this fabric up here.
Mm-hmm.
The all-wheel drive doesn't have that. It's just regular dashboard. Love your avocado slushes.
I love it. I am so addicted.
Your mom made it, or you made it?
Your mom.
Makes it taste better.
Mm-hmm.
The steering wheel's quiet now. This is one of the first roads where FSD amazed me, because the road is so dark and so winding.
You recorded this
Yes, it's recording.
with all of my noise here with my avocado ice cream.
I didn't hear anything. So that
You're
right
going
place?
here at what scratch?
Is that a spaceship that landed over where that bright light is?
Oh no.
I think it's a spaceship. No football games on Tuesday night. This stop sign is the one that I flew right past in my car.
And you got the ticket?
No. Look, there weren't any cars coming the other directions. What, about 60 miles an hour, just flew right past it.
It change or you change the light?
It does it automatically.
Oh, wow. The road for Mississippi is so rough.
I thought the road was good when we took Todd's car. It was interstate highway all the way.
I don't think so. That places like this. Wait.
I talked to the electrician that put in the wall chargers, and he did run the wire big enough to the other garage, the big garage, that he can just switch those. Know what I mean? Watch out, big truck.
Oh no,
What's the matter?
I forgot to get my meds and sugar.
You know where the keys to my car are. You can drive all the way back, all the way back to Keller. You get your shampoo.
That's not fun.
No. How big of a container is that? You've been eating for 30 minutes and it's still full.
Mm-hmm. The big cup.
It's so hot in here. I feel hot air blowing.
Me too.
Is it from the back? Let's turn it off.
I hate this poor.
The FSD doesn't mind at all. You want to drive the rest of the way home? You don't have to drive very much. Just keep your eyes open.
done. I don't have a straw to make a noise.
Oh, no. I'll stop and get you one.
Mm-mm. I don't think you'll have avocados.
I can have some delivered in the next hour.
Hmm?
I can have some delivered in the next hour. This is great how FSD drives through this place. You can't tell where to go. You can't see where to go. Then all of a sudden, watch this. Whoosh. That's pretty cool. I think there's another one up here that does the same thing. I just can't imagine not having a CyberTruck. In my wildest imagination. That water's pretty at night. The fountain.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So sorry it's too far.
From the Nettes?
Mm-hmm.
Or something else?
Yeah, from the civilization. Like from my Nettes too.
It's only about one mile from my Celina house. It seems like we're a long way away.
Yeah. It's too dark.
There's another one. Right in the middle of nowhere. It slices you back to the other side of the road. When I got in the truck to come to your home, I had the root beer in my hand. I had my 2 cameras to put back in. I had something else. So I came in the back door right behind you, and I set the root beer. I just set it on top of this, and I got something from under the seat over there. And then I came right here and sat down, and I turned to put the camera up, and my arm hit this, and it just turned over backwards right into the back floorboard. But the rubber mat goes up on the sides, in the front and the back, and on both sides, so it caught like a container. It contained all the root beer, or at least most of it. I hadn't had a root beer all day. I couldn't wait to have one, and then I just dumped it all out.
When you sell this truck, please take the
Mats out.
mats
Yes.
and
Everything.
accessory.
Every accessory. And there's a lot.
And the mat, because it's a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
you put in a car
Mhm.
so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not proud of that.
Maybe I can get them to buy that stuff back also. The Foundation series comes with free supercharging, free FSD, and all of the accessories that I bought for this truck already comes included. But that's $20,000 more.
The same truck.
The same truck as this, but the Foundation series, it's called the Foundation series. That's the one that came out the very, very, very first. The first 2,000, 3,000, maybe 5,000 that they made were all Foundation series.
I don't understand.
I know.
So it's the older version?
It's the very first ones that came out.
So it's an older version.
It's the same year as this. Came out in 2024. But the first, maybe 30,000 that came out. There was all, they call it the Foundation series, whether it had 3 engines or 2 engines. It's not important, babe. But because I liked having the free charging, this would be an opportunity to go back and get the free charging and the free full self-driving and all the accessories.
But you don't need the accessories.
You're probably right.